top of the day to everyone, lunchtime. So I know as we go through this lunch and learn, you probably having lunch or, probably having coffee like myself. So thanks for joining me on yet again another lunch and learn session as we continue, great talks, great conversations, great demonstrations with key areas on key skills that people require. For those of us who don't know me, I'm Shivani Sinarain, and I wish to say thanks for participating with me again. Today's Thursday on another Lunch and Learn as we go week to week. I'm looking at some of the names here, and we have persons from quite a while on many different areas. We spoke a lot about project management, risk, Power BI, Excel, and now we wanted to talk about Tableau. So thank you for joining me. So there, I'm sure, I hope many persons would have entered the chat because they want to hear a lot more about Tableau, right? Could anybody, feel free, put on your camera, put on your mic, tell us anything. Have you seen Tableau before? Are you using Tableau? Is it something of interest? Well, it got to be of something of interest for you to come on your lunchtime now during this time, right? So I'm looking for names to call out, people that I've seen over and over, and people that I'm now seeing for the first time, which is great. Anyone, do you know Tableau? Are you seeing Tableau? Have you used Tableau? What's the purpose? Of course, it's for data visualization, right? Yes, Khadija.
Yes, so I think it was about 6 years ago, I was at university in Vancouver, and they had introduced us to Tableau as part of our master's program. Very interesting, but it was 2 or 3 classes and very intense because it's so much data that you're putting in to get the visual. So I just kind of wanted a little refresher, and that's why I'm here today.
Right, great, Khadija. So Beverly, you mic open. You want to tell us anything? You want to say anything why you wanted to learn Tableau?
I'm just here for information. I have no experience with it, but I know it's about representing data.
Thanks. Great. Thanks for coming in. So Tableau, Power BI, you have Python, you have SQL, Excel also. The buzzword all the time is about data management and data analytics and data visualization. Now, I always start any one of these sessions by saying, we need to become not more data-driven. People, we have the data, people, we coming up, we have the data. But how do you now convert data into knowledge? And this is where these different tools really helps us. But you have to know how to work the tool and work the tool for what you want, which is the outcome. So we start in the conversation by saying, we want to continue our thinking data-driven into knowledge-driven. We could create dashboards. I always say, I did some training in reports, so how people are presenting reports. And, we have to change, right? Because there are so many different tools that we could present this report for better visualization and better decision making. And if you don't, you're going to have static reports and people will not be able to make the decisions. But you don't know what you don't know. That's very true. People don't know what they don't know. And this is why we're here, right? All of us here to have a nice conversation and to see Tableau. So Tableau, of course, is a visualization tool, if you want to look at it from that point, to be able to visualize the data to make a better decision from it. So things that we said there was all about data-driven, knowledge-driven, and using a tool. I'm glad what you said, Khadija. A lot of times, persons have done masters and postgrad, and these are tools that you need to learn more because a lot of times it's just a master's program. I mean, you got a lot of theory in data science and data analytics and project management, but how practical is it? At the end of the day now, Christopher, I'm seeing Christopher is also online. At the end of the day, you want to be able to create a portfolio of projects. And this is where these tools come into play. To show persons, hey, I could use Tableau, I could use Power BI, I could use Excel to be able to show clients and organizations what now? That we can present the data for them to be able to use to now analyze the data and present your reports better and make better decisions. Because if I have a company and I'm managing thousands of persons and, you know, HR and all these different things, I want somebody to show me what am I doing wrong and how to do it better, right? In a nutshell, if I'm selling coffee, I want to be able to sell more, which product line is making more money, what to do. But of course, if a consultant comes now, Khadija, and write me a static report, I don't want to read essays. I want to see visuals. I want to see dashboards. And coming from a project management field as well, project management, you know, we create status reports, right? And creating these status reports, it's very static. It's not dynamic, right? And this is where even in all fields, you want to be able to create dashboards. And that's what I want us to keep remembering. You want to be able to create dashboards with these things. Great. So I'm going to share my screen and just introduce Tableau. Of course, it's just a 45-minute sessions or so. So we have a lot more to learn. So I'm just introducing it, right? So here we go, Tableau. Right. So you see my screen. This is Tableau. You could create a dashboard in Tableau. That's what we want to show. You could create a dashboard. Now, what really is a dashboard? Khadija, what is a dashboard? You've heard the term dashboard, I'm sure. What is a dashboard?
Interactive. I guess it's the area that has all of the information that you go back and forth, and you place everything in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you will be able to go back and forth, as you said. All right, good. Right. A dashboard. It's at a quick glance now, Khadija, that I could see everything, right? And I'll be able to say, oh, this sales, this product, I'm not making a lot of money in this year, or Khadija is not a good, she's not selling, so we need to get somebody else. It's to be able to make decisions. It's to be able to make decisions. And if you have to read on paper, it's very static. I can't make any decisions, you know, from all these reports. I can't, but I want to be able to see something that I could make decisions. So Tableau is teaching us, giving us the data in a way that could help people to make better decisions. We did last week Power BI, no, Excel with interactive dashboards in Excel. Great, you can do that. Power BI, also another one. These are tools to create dashboards. Great. And so you're using the word dashboards and you're using the word data-driven into knowledge-driven. And that's a big thing. It's a pet peeve of mine. You know, many persons will do bachelor's and master's and stuff, and you cannot use these tools. So what could you really do for a client? What could you really work? What could you do? You will be able to probably present a great document for me, but that's not helping me to make any good decisions. Great. So Tableau, this is the interface. Now you could get a free version, Tableau public. You could get a trial version and then you could pay for a period of time for it. But more or less, you could try the free version to download on your computers, right? For now. Now, if you look on my left-hand side, everybody's seeing my screen, right? You're seeing Microsoft Excel. You're seeing text file. Tell me if you're not seeing it. Seeing it, right? Khadija? Tell me.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
So you're seeing it. Hema, Farina, right? You all are seeing it. Now you're seeing Microsoft Excel text file. So you must have some type of data to use here. That's what I mean, right? If I don't have data, I can't come and create anything in Tableau. I need to have data to work with, right? I need to have data to work with. So I've created a file as a video sales file, right? I have it in Excel, just a normal workbook. I've saved it on my computer, and now I'm going to bring it across into Tableau to work with. So how do I do that? I go to Microsoft Excel, right? Because I have saved it, I saved it as an Excel file, right? So I go to Excel, and here it is right here. VG sales data set to be used for Tableau LNL, Launch and Learn. Right? So it is an Excel file. You must have the data somewhere in order to work with it. You have to remember that, right? So I'm going to bring it across. And yeah, here it is, right? Here's my data coming across. It is. I'll have different fields. I have, well, it's a video sale, so it's a set of different sports, platforms, global sales, right? So it's actual data that we could use now to create a dashboard in where? In Tableau. Now, just looking below, you are seeing these fields. Now, I'll show you the fields different ways. You know, a lot of times people think this table is giving you all the data right there and you could make decisions from it. But I have to now go, Khadija, and look through this data to probably see what's the global sales, what's the amount, who's selling the most, which platform. Yes, the data is there, but how could you now take the data and create it into knowledge? Dashboards is helping you to do that. So we have to progress, right? We have to move. Otherwise, we're going to remain just like, you know, just like this. I know we have people from Jamaica, and I think I saw a lot of persons throughout the region. And I'm sure you're experiencing the same thing wherever you are throughout the entire region. How do you take data into knowledge? How do you take data into knowledge? And I'm saying, hey, let's try dashboards that you could visualize something, and then you'll be able to make better decisions. So what did I do so far? Tell me, what did we do? Because you're seeing something on my screen now, correct? What did we do? Just did one thing. What we did?
Excel spreadsheet into Tableau.
I just brought across Excel into Tableau. And what we are saying is that Excel is saved, right? Excel, right, exactly. Christopher, thanks, Beverly. You imported the Excel, but I have to have it somewhere. That's what I'm saying. So great. I am seeing this sheet now. And let me look below. What I'm seeing is data source. I'm seeing sheet 1. You're seeing at the bottom of my screen, right? Data source, sheet 1. Come on, great stuff, you know, learning is fun. I like to say the sweetness of learning, right? Well, the coffee of learning, because I'm drinking coffee without sugar. So sheet 1. And then if you look next to sheet 1, you would see where you could add sheets, and you'll even see dashboard coming up just now. So I'm going to click on sheet 1, right? Great. So I'll click on sheet 1. Nothing there. Because why? I have to create something. That's what I have to do. So let me create. I'm seeing all my different fields, if you want to see. I'm seeing genre, name, platform, publisher, year, EU sales, global sales. I'm seeing things.
Would these be in Excel? These are the headings in Excel.
In Excel, these are my fields that I just brought across. You heard me right? Who's asking that? Eric. Yeah, so what we are saying, these are just the fields. Name, platform, publisher. This is an Excel spreadsheet with all the fields. And you are seeing, right? You're seeing tables, and you are seeing below that measures. Now, what I like in Tableau, you see measures is really values. Now, you could do it in Excel, but you have to know how to work it. But in Tableau, you are seeing the word measures, and a measure is really a value, because without even knowing, sales will be a number, right? And dimensions will be those tables, those normal fields, right? You have string and stuff like that, but we're not going into all of that. All we're trying to say, these are fields. Great. So let me try to start to create something, right? What could I use? I have, if I look on the top here, I'm seeing columns and rows. And everything's saying drag field, drag. So it's looking like I could just drag and drop, right? So how to do this? Global sales. I'm seeing global sales, right? Let me just click on global sales now, and let me go to rows. See how it looks. Well, look, I'm getting something looking like something here, right? Something shaping. Yeah. So I've put it where? Global sales there. I've put it in rows. All right, I could do that. What about name? Could I do name? Let me put name in column. Yeah. And you realize a form in something. Let me take out name from column and I just click and drag across. That's what I have to do. Click and drag across if I want to move anything. So what about genre? Right. This is like sports and the different videos, different types of videos you will see. Right, look at it. You have global sales and you have what genre, right? I'm pronouncing it wrong. You have action, adventure, fighting, platform, poop. All of these would be different categories of videos. And you're seeing the global sales. Yeah. So what have I done? I've simply built I'm started to build a dashboard with something, right? But this is a basic chart that you know about, right? That you have seen already. You have seen these charts in Excel. What more could I do here? So I'm going to remove everything and walk me through. How did I get to this part? Come on, because you have to have learning outcomes when you leave with us. So what did we do so far? To sum it up back, Verena, we simply brought across what?
You brought across your existing Excel file into Tableau,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you went across to the menu on your left.
Well, before I did that, Verena, I had to, on the bottom tabs, I had to make
The
sheet
bottom
one.
tab.
Yeah.
Sheet 1, yes. You clicked on sheet 1,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it would have come up empty. And then you went across the tabs on your left and you selected whichever value or field you wanted or tab you wanted. And in your case, you use global, I can't see it, global sales.
And put it in rows, right? I just
And
drag.
rows and just drag it and it went on.
And genre, I'm putting in columns, right? And I'm seeing
Yes.
a chart forming. Great. And what you are saying too is that we could remove it. We could just move it back, right? Like doing this. Right?
Yes, just click on it and drag it away.
Good. So I'm leaving global sales here, right? In the rows. As a row, right? Yeah, put it in rows. If I look in the middle, I'm seeing the word pages, I'm seeing filters, and I'm seeing marks, right? Marks. Now the word marks is just what it is a mark that you're doing here. Now I'm going to genre, and I'm just going to come and put it under marks here. I'm dragging it right here, right? And you realize you're getting what? You're getting some kind of marks coming up. You seeing it as I click? As I just move on the chart, Verena?
Yes, I am.
You've seen it. So it's mark, is as the word mark is suggested. I'm going to put back genre again underneath. And I'm going to make sure that I have label. I'm going to do something now with label. Now, when I just click on label, I'm clicking on label. What do you want? Alignment, marks, or label? Yes. Right. Font. Show mark labels if you want. Yeah. Like I'm seeing it written already. Right. Font. Change the color. Yeah. Allow, what I'm seeing here, allow the overlap. No. So I'm seeing all. What about a minimum and a maximum? Yeah, I could choose minimum and maximum now. Like if I had a minimum mark and a maximum. Right, let me do that again. Label. Right. So under label, I can do minimum, maximum. I mean, there are different things I can look for here. I can say change the font color. So all this is making sure you have mark and you have labels. The mark, whatever the marking is, that you want it to be a label, and you could change the color, You could do minimum and maximum if you had something there. Great. I can choose so label and color. All right, you see, and I'm changing the color of the entire bar. Wow. So I can't see. Good. So I could change it up. That's what I'm trying to see. What were those two columns then? What are those two columns? Global sales, I should say, and something else, which is genre, right? G-E-N-R-E. Good. Now, you know, I may find that this chart then is not really looking like how I want it to look. So I'm going to go to the right where I'm seeing show me. And I'm seeing all different type of charts here. Let me select this. Let me select something else. Pie. So right on the right-hand side, I can go onto, look, I'm choosing a bubble. So you could now visualize the data differently, but you have to remember, you have to know the data that you have to visualize. So what this is simply creating in Tableau using Excel now and doing what? Creating what? Creating what we created. We added global sales in rows. So let me do this over, right? And somebody will walk me through what to do. I'm just removing everything and getting it blank. Right. So I am here. What should I do? I have my Excel spreadsheet. I have sheet 1, and I want to start building my dashboard. Walk me through what to do, please. Anyone? Khadija, could you help?
So we move global sales into rows.
So clicking on global sales now. Right, rows.
Right. And then you went into the mark section and you used some tables genre and you brought it down into marks.
So I go to genre, right? But I didn't have to put it in marks. I could just put genre here, right? On top in columns, and I could see it. I could see it if I want here now. Now this chart is coming up. Why? Because I went to show me and I'm seeing it here. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? This is a chart. But I could go, I think if I didn't do this, automatically a bar chart was coming up,
Yeah.
which was this.
Oh, yes. Right.
Right? So show me. I could put
Is
what I want.
the way that it is, the data is shown, so like in a pie chart or.
Have a line here now.
Right.
So then let's put genre under marks. That's what we learn again. You're putting it under marks. You're changing the colors. And you could do labels if you want. I can click now on label, show mark labels. Yeah, you've seen it. You're seeing your mark labels coming up. You're seeing font was the style that you want. Time use Romance, whatever you want, you could change it up.
So each time you want to make a change to genre, you have to add it again in the mark section. If you want to enhance it, or you have to add it another time. So you can't use the same genre in marks and change the color and change the labels.
Good, great. So I take it out both. All right. So what we did, you with me, what we did, we put genre out twice to show mark and to show label. So we say just go to genre if you want, right? Now we do label. Well, when I did genre, I seen the mark coming up, right?
Right.
And I seen show mark label. So it was appearing, right? But I'm not seeing, you know what I will not see here? I'm not seeing color to change. So I can go right here with color and try it. See that?
Yeah, so it did. Okay.
So it did.
It did change it, yes.
Yeah. But you just have to come back and click on color.
Okay.
Click on color. Great. So some great stuff already. What we are learning is creating a dashboard. We said bring it across from Excel into Tableau. We did that. So I'm going to create another sheet with the same information and present it in a different way, and we'll check something now. But before I go and I create that, let me talk about a filter. Because you may want to show your client that you could filter by something, you know, that you will be able to filter. Now I'm going to click on platform. You see in platform, and drag it across now to filter. Yeah, it's a filter where you have all these different platforms. As I said, this is data that I have in Excel that I just brought across. And I'm going to click on OK now. Right. And that was it. You have platform coming up. Right. But it's not showing me. I have to click on something else in order to select all. Filter. Edit the filter. Let me edit the filter. So I just clicked, right? What you want to see. You want to see all. I'll leave in all happening here and click OK. Right. But I may not want to see all. I may just want to see some. Right? With the platform. I'm going back again. I'm clicking, and this is how I got edit filter, right? So I'm clicking edit filter, and I'm saying I don't want to see, so I am deselecting what I don't want. Right? So I am deselecting what I don't want. And then I will just be able to I will be able to see and to filter out the information that I said I want to see under platform. So you have platform, genre, and global sales. Global sales, I put it in rows. Platform, I put it in a filter. And then genre, I put it under marks, which is label. Let me remove this and see what is happening. You're not seeing any what? Any marks, right? Khadija, you're not seeing any marks when I remove it. Global sales, I can remove that too, and I'm not seeing anything. And platform under filters, I'm not seeing anything. Help me build back a dashboard, somebody please, under this sheet. Tableau, help me build it back. Anybody trying? Verena, you wanna help? Natalie was here. Carrie Ann. Okay, Khadija, you helping?
Okay, so we're putting global sales into rows.
So global sales, I'm going to click on global sales into rows, right?
And then we're putting genre into columns.
Yeah, and just for those of us who just came in, this is an Excel spreadsheet that got, these are fields in Excel, right? So genre was what again? Like different videos.
Right.
So where to put this? Genre where?
In columns, and yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going into marks and labels.
Mm-hmm. So I have to put something here.
Yeah, sorry, genre into labels. To get the...
Put label now. Click on label.
Yes.
Show mark labels.
So
See it.
And then if we'd like, we can change the color at this point. Well, we have to come out first. Did you do that? Did you come out, or?
So you said when you mean come out, meaning you deselect and you click on color, right?
Yes, I'm using your own. Yes, and click on color.
Great.
And
I select. And this is a nice color. Mhm.
And
Right.
then to filters.
Right. And then we said a filter is just that, right? You're filtering information.
See
So you
which
go
one.
to what we went to. I think platform had a lot of information, I think, and that's why I dragged it. So I click on platform and I go to filter. All right. And this comes up. What you want to see?
Ones we want, so maybe every other one.
You just say what you want, right? Click OK. And you filter and you saw a difference already, right? I saw a difference already coming up. So great, everybody. We have created a worksheet in Tableau forming a dashboard. Now I'm going to go to a new sheet and create over something, right? Now at the bottom here, I'm seeing sheet 1. Now I'm going to add a sheet. Right here, I'm seeing new worksheet. New worksheet. That's all I'm doing. I'm clicking on new worksheet. Right. The same thing happening again, you know, Khadija. When I click on new worksheet, the same thing is happening again.
Mhm.
Meaning because I only have one set of data to use. You could have multiple worksheets with different data and you could bring it across, but just because it's a beginner class, a beginner session, I didn't do that. I just created one sheet because you'll have to learn how to join the tables and stuff. That's for large amounts of data, which is what you want to eventually learn. Of course, how to join the data and how to do calculated fields. But as an introduction to the thing, we are saying you have sheet 1 and you have sheet 2. Sheet 2 is the same data, but I'm creating a different what? A different chart if you want to see. And then I'll combine both into one dashboard, right? That's what I want to do. I want to combine both into a dashboard. Because right now, this is still sheet and sheet 2. So doing it over what I want to see. EU sales, rows, all right. By publisher. I'm just doing something, anything by publisher, right? Good. EU sales by the publisher. Could do that. Or let me see by year. Year. Yeah, EU sales by year. Right. So I'm seeing a chart forming here. If I wanted to change it, Khadija, what did I have to do? I go to show me on my right-hand side. And I'm seeing the different charts that I could probably try. All right, look, I'm getting something here. And I look to see what makes most sense to me.
Did the program automatically decide on the best way to present the data for you as opposed to in a bar? Because it was did it initially it showed you it showed you this. So did it?
I think I had it selected.
Okay.
I think it had it selected, right? But you have the AI now capability that it will kind of be a little more smarter. That's what I mean, yeah. So, but the majority of times you will get this kind of line, or you might get the bar, depending on what you have. When I use year, you will get the line coming up majority of times because I didn't have year before.
Okay.
I think I had sales and genre. Yeah, the year gives you it in this version. So great question. You really would ask these great things. Yeah, so this is basically another sheet. That's all I did. I could go back and try something. Let me see, publisher on the marks because I didn't have publisher. Yeah, wow, right? I could do label now. Yes, label. And I want to say minimum and maximum. I wonder if publisher, I don't think publisher. Publisher may not have had a value, so I can't do minimum and maximum there. So I'll just say all, right? Yeah. So that is publisher. Show mark labels, yeah. Look, I'm forming something here. I have this data and I created two sheets then, right? I created 2 sheets. Now I could go and do a lot coloring and make it different. But your key takeaways so far should be that I must have the data somewhere. And where do I have the data? I have the data in Excel. And Christopher, I simply brought it across now into Tableau to be able to create a dashboard. It is one sheet of data that I brought across, and I just copied it twice when I have sheet 1 and sheet 2. But as we said, that this is just a beginner, but you will want to be able to analyze tables and create joins and calculated fields from it. This is all in one, right? In one sheet. But you mean you could do a lot with it, right? Yeah, but there's so much more to learn. That's all I'm trying to say. It's great stuff. Great. So I brought it across. I put what I want in columns. I put what I want in rows. And then what you did, Khadija, it came up. I put something under marks, which is the word marks. I could change the label. I also showed filters. We discussed filters. Great. So you have 2 sheets with 2 different types of probably it was different data, you know, that I grouped together. So I want to combine both and create a dashboard. Yes. So I'm coming to the bottom pane where I see sheet 2. And somewhere I would see new dashboard. Tell me if you're seeing it. I clicked at the bottom. So I just toggle and I'm seeing the word now, new dashboard. Are we seeing it?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Great. So all I did, Verena, all I'm going to do now is to click on new dashboard. That's all I did. Nothing. And you are seeing now dashboard, default, you're seeing size. Now you're seeing sheet 1. Look at my sheet 1. I didn't click, you know, I just click in so on sheet 2. But I find this a little small, so I should change the size. Clicking on the drop down, and you're supposed to see something automatic full screen. No, that might be too large. Generic desktop. Okay. So I just click in on sheet 1, I drag. Yeah. And then sheet 2, I click and I drag somewhere. Have we seen it?
Yes.
So sometimes you want to be able to have side-by-side data. You just drag and drop. And you're creating a dashboard with real data and real information. How is this different so far from traditional tables in Excel? Is it, or you think it's the same? Well, I hope you're saying no, that is not the same. Are you able to pull up better information in it, Verena, by doing this?
It can more compare and contrast more effectively.
You could compare, you could contrast. You will be able to show, to show what? To make better decisions. That's what I'm getting at, you know, that you will be able to make better decisions. So let me just remove, how I remove? I have to small this exit off, and I have to get an X too. I'm Xing it off, right? Remove from dashboard. Great. So I have nothing. I'm going, I think I put it as generic. Probably I needed to change the size. Desktop, laptop, browser. Let me see if that might be better. Good. And then I'm just clicking on sheet 1, putting it wherever I want. And sheet 2, putting it wherever I want as well. Yeah, good. So what I'm trying to say, you could decrease the size all by changing the size. Yeah, you could create your dashboards like this. So you have some data, and I'm just showing global sales at the bottom, and then you have on top as well. So you could combine data as well. You can combine it as well. Question so far, what did you think? Because I know a lot of us going back into work and, you know, our normal stuff. What are your key takeaways? Because I mean, before I talk, so I want to use a 5 minutes, 10 minutes to talk a little more about what you think. Yes, tell me. Beverly, for the first time user, what do you think?
Well, it's quite interesting, and you can represent information in different ways, more exciting ways, more decision-making, ways, you know,
Yeah, decision
very,
making, because
very attractive.
yeah, because I was telling you, sometimes people will say, well, no, Shivani, we have moved away from how we present reports, and now we are making it what? We putting it in Excel. And when I look, I say, but it's just a table. I still have to go through all this information. This boring me still, I can't, I don't know what I could see. So Christopher is saying you can select the exact info you want to see. Yeah, you could select what you want to see using Tableau. Right, good. Key takeaway. So what you're leaving with knowing, especially those of us who've probably seen it for the first time, or even if you saw it already, I'm hoping you learned something more than you didn't know, right? Khadijah, you spoke a lot, so tell us what you learned.
Yeah. So for me as a takeaway, as I said, I learned it 6 years ago, but I was never able to use it.
Yeah.
So I feel like now I can download the program and start just playing around with it so that I can actually be able to use it for my clients. So
Yeah, so you use it with clients. What would you use it with? What do you mean?
preparing plans. So I do planning and preparing policies and plans for them. So yeah, I can show the data or the information using Tableau. I kept saying that I knew how to do it, but I kind of just forgot. So it's just to kind of play around with it again.
Right. So it open up your appetite to want to do it. Great.
Different.
So thanks, and let's ask who's on the chat a long time from the beginning. Verena, yeah, and RBS and Natalie, and I think Crystal came in late. So I don't know if you had some key takeaways there.
Well, for me, it's better. It's given me a better understanding of how to present the data, thereby showing exactly what you're looking for and not having everything all jumbled into one chart, and that you could have it side by side to view and make decisions. Because in my field of work, I've been asked recently to do something like this. So when I saw the course, I said, yes, opportunity, and I can see where it will work for me.
Great, once you see in that.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot more to learn with Tableau. Now, what I want you all to always remember, these are data visualization tools, right? And whatever you're doing a master's, you're doing a degree, so people might do PhD, whatever we are doing, we want to be able to show something. It's to show a skill. And these are programs that tells people, hey, I know a skill, I could do Tableau, but you have to do it, right? You have to learn how to do it. I could do Power BI, I can do Excel, I could do Python, I could do Smart Sheets. I know these are tools to help me, as you said in planning, Khadijah, you talk about in your field, to help you to do better project dashboards and to be able to plan and show the data better. And what I like us eventually to see is to create, sometimes some people looking for jobs and you want to be able to use these tools, you want to be able to, the world has changed so much, you could freelance, you will be able to show a portfolio of projects. That's what I'm trying to see, that you can show, just like you have it as an artist, you could create using these tools now, a portfolio of projects that you have worked on. It can be, it doesn't have to be real, it's something that you have, but you have to build your data sets, and you could show, okay, this is how I analyze in terms of IT using Power BI. This is how for HR I'm doing Tableau, whatever it is. But you show the term is creating a portfolio of projects. As I said, it's a practical way of doing business. It's a practical way of learning. People don't learn from theory. People learn in practical. And how do you learn from a practical with these things is showing somebody creating a portfolio of projects. Some of us may know me on the chat, I'm in projects. Project management is my field. And many times when persons do project management with me after, and they say, well, Shivani, I wanna be able to get a job. I wanna know. I said, how are you showing the employer that you can manage a project? Do you create a portfolio of projects where all the documentation that we have learned, that you can show that you have done it? You know, people can talk something, but showing you, that is different. So as students, as people looking for jobs, as anybody, create portfolio of projects. And I'm always around if you want to discuss it more. We have a lot of these training, Tableau, Power BI, I do a lot of these training. So I hope to see you in some upcoming things. So your key takeaways, everyone, should be Tableau is a data visualization tool. We learn how to create basic dashboards. Well, to me, it's not even basic anymore. It's great stuff that you could move with. We introduce columns, we introduce rows, we introduce filters, we introduce marks, right? And labels. And then we combine two worksheets in a dashboard. Yeah. So any questions, anyone so far? No questions? So I wish to say thank you very much for being part of this. And I look forward to seeing you back again. You know, you all could contact me. You all know how to reach me. Contact me. We can, you know, share any information that you would like. And I'll hope to see you in some upcoming training that we have and in teaching people how to build portfolio of projects. Thank you all, everyone. And I know everybody's going back to work. So normally it's just a 45 minutes, which is great. In 45 minutes, people could learn a lot, don't you think?
Indeed.
Yes.
Very much.
Shivani.
All the best.
Yes.
Keep in touch, everybody. For those of us who know a lot about project management, you know, on LinkedIn, if you look for me, I am doing a LinkedIn Live on monitoring projects through benefits. But you have to be, I'm doing that on my LinkedIn platform, right? So connect with me there. Thank you, everybody. Until we see again.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.